Welcome to another session of Earthdawn, 4th edition, Tales of His Majesty's Royal Exploratory Force. This is session 33.
Hi, everybody.
And it's been a while since we played. Anybody remember what happened last time?
Starting off the tough questions. I
was,
remember.
Scorpions?
Right. There were several
Big
scorpions.
dead scorpion. Big dead scorpion that had a bunch of baby scorpions that decided to kill us.
Yes, and they beat us up pretty good. They hurt.
The poison was what messed up.
Yeah, that poison, and it ruined my armor. Jerks.
Very rude. Let's see, and then we found a group of adepts that the scorpions had previously ambushed and killed, and we, being the good people we are, immediately took all of their stuff.
Yes.
I mean, they weren't using it.
And then we bribed the guards to get it back into Haven.
We're very
Yeah,
good
it
people.
was great.
Without paying the taxes. I remember that.
I mean, we aren't going to sell it anyway. Yeah.
Some of it.
Well, yeah. Well, we aren't going to sell it here anyway.
Yeah. Look, they don't know what we came in with.
Unless they do.
We clearly had this when we came in. What are you talking about? Including this blood armor. Yeah, we had this perfectly.
You mean the thorn armor?
Whatever, the rose armor, whatever, the blood elf armor, yeah.
Yeah. Hack's interested in trying to track down Blood Elf.
Yeah.
That's right, there was also a large hammer found on the orc.
Ah, hammer. Like we don't have enough weapons. I'm sure somebody you will be able to do something with the hammer, maybe?
I mean,
It's not ranged.
Unless it could be like a throwing hammer. That would be really good if it's like one of those. That could be very useful. Are there flying hammers? I hope so.
There could be, yes, and there's also knacks that will make thrown weapons return.
And because none of us had called missile.
Oh wait, but don't you have to have a talent for thrown weapons? Is that what it is? We don't have anybody with that, right?
Or dexterity.
There are a very weirdly small number of classes that get throwing weapons. At least government definitely don't. I guess I could get it from
This hammer
trooper.
Is a warhammer. It's a little large. There is, let's see, entirely of stone, constructed entirely of stone, reinforced with a bit of true earth here and there. The head is elaborately fashioned, but still practical, and decorated with intricate runes that continue down the haft to create a suitable grip.
That's right, they're dwarven runes, but they don't make any sense or something like that.
Yes.
Because that makes sense. And there were some very cool bracers that looked really neat, and I want to find out what they do.
There were. So you guys had gotten back to town.
Yeah, I think we must have rested, or I don't know. Is anyone still hurt? Did we rest already? Because I think. Oh no.
I don't think so.
Because I have everything back, so I don't know if that was a weird reset, but I think we might have.
No, I think we talked about. I think we did actually. Or if we didn't, it was sort of a go ahead and run it all. And then
did.
We did because I got New Day and stuff on here. Yep. We rested already, so.
And something happened overnight. There was commotion of some sort, but nothing major.
That was the other group coming in or whatever, right?
I think they came in either overnight or early in the morning.
Yeah, something like that. And we said, no, they came in. Yeah, they came in a little bit after we did, and I think we were talking about finding out more information about them, but we said we're going to bed instead. So I think that's what we did. We'll just figure it out in the morning.
Yeah, the black knives.
Yes,
Yeah, I
black
think that's
knives.
Yeah, there's gonna be like drinks or something.
Oh, right. They
Hard-
just finished like some big
Yeah,
expedition. so
yeah.
wanna buy
They
drinks for everyone.
usually that's right. They usually buy everybody a round of drinks or something like that the next day or something, right?
Yes.
And we were going to go and show up for that. That's right.
And I had a file with their names that I don't think I saved, so I'll have to listen to it to get their names back. Or just make them up again.
I didn't have their names written down, so I don't think we were like introduced yet.
No, I don't think you were introduced either. I had it prepped, but I don't think I saved it, or if I did save it, I don't know where I saved it.
Nah, you just make up some new names. It's fine. Name them all Bob. It's fine.
Bob 1, Bob 2,
Yes.
Bobber, Bobo.
Bobette, if there's a girl. See, it's fine. It works great.
Did anybody write down the names of the group that killed the scorpion?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have the
there
names
was-
of some of the individuals. I don't think there was anything about a name of the group itself.
Yeah.
I got
That's
Auric for the orc cavalryman
Mhm.
and
And there's-
Kieran for the dwarf elementalist, but that's it.
There's Enith as the female human archer.
Mhm.
And what about the blood elf?
I don't think we. I don't.
I
we
don't
had
think
his
there was a
name.
name for that one.
Yeah, I
His
don't
name
think
was-
we got into the blood elf. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I was looking at it from his point of view.
Yeah, because it was his and stuff that we got. Yeah. We got you were seeing through his eyes, right? Yeah.
The name
Was it
is in the
signed at the
journal.
bottom of his journal? Oh, just okay.
I think it was a dwarf journal.
Yeah.
The dwarf. Yeah.
The journal belonged to the dwarf.
Yeah, I don't know if he
And
named everybody in the
he
journal though.
mentioned the names of Auric, the cavalryman, Respin, the elf sword master,
What I missed.
and Enith,
Yeah, that'll
the
probably be
archer.
Blood elf. Respite. Okay.
So yeah, everybody should have had a name.
Okay. Cool.
And then you rested the night. It's the next day. And you guys had stuff that needed fixed.
Yes, my poor armor got beat up.
Mine too.
Oh, right. Remember we talked about this last time. There was a bit of a kind of retcon. I would have known to bring the scorpion tails because they are worth money.
Yes.
So we would have brought the scorpion tails.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
I'm sure the city will be happy for that, or whoever we sell it to. Yeah. Where do we sell our stuff, anyways? There were What there was like one Torgax. That's the one. It was like the one guy that was like special.
That is the general store and pretty much mayor of the town.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The company store.
So, but first we should identify these items before we know what we want to sell and what we want to keep.
Well, that's going to take a week.
Yeah, that's fine. It's gonna take a. Is it? How long does it take to repair armor? Is it like?
I'm looking that up again because I know we looked it up and then I forgot.
Yeah. I know it was kind of slow, so. Was it like 1 point a day or some nonsense?
I know threaded
I think
armor was pretty
it was
slow.
something.
Oh, it could have
I
been
think, I
worse.
think
Yeah.
there was I think
Oh
there
my
was
God,
a
it could've
rate
been a
at which
week.
it naturally repairs, but then you could also, but that wasn't accounting for manually repairing armor, which I don't think we had a rate for.
Yes, threaded stuff repairs at 1 rating point per week.
Hmm.
And then repairing damaged armor is, let's see, 10% of the price of a new set per point repaired, and 1 day for each point.
Okay, so it is a day if we're paying for it, and a week per point. Okay, gotcha. Oh my gosh, so 10%. I don't know what the normal value of this thing is. Let's find out.
I mean, it's a
Fernweave.
that's for 10% of the price of Fernweave. Okay, that's gonna be fine then.
Per point, right?
Mine's only
10%
actually
per point, right?
$1, so
Yeah, but if it's threaded,
Yeah, it's
You
gonna
have to-
be.
that could be thousands, right?
I mean, there is no price for threat items.
No, but threaded is more points to repair.
Yeah, I guess my armor, I might end up at some point needing to repair 180% of the price of plate armor, which I think is actually a pretty significant amount of money.
Alright, so Fernweave is 125 silver, so 12.5 silver per point.
It'll be okay. So it'll be 100 basically to fix it. Okay.
Would you lose 8 points?
I'm not 100. Sorry, it'd be 50 to fix it. Sorry, I lost 4. So math bad.
I lost 3.
Okay, yeah. So we'll be here a week anyways to repair the armor. So between mine and his, it will be here a week anyways to repair the armor. We need to identify the stuff, sell some junk. But yeah, we have a few things to do, and get some drinks with the guys, with the other cool group.
Yes.
We have things to do. Look, our first excursion in was overall successful, I thought. Mainly because none of us died. See, that makes it successful.
You're here.
Definitely a win for Parlay.
I even lost my handout with the composition of that group.
That's fine.
No, it's not fine. Oh well, we will speed past that part then. Because they come in and drink, but they are not sharing any information because they need to go back out there and they don't want to give anything away.
Oh, I see. It's one of those kind of things. It's fine. It's fine. We're just trying to get our name in their heads. That's all. That's my only goal.
Okay, but what's their social defense? That's the real question here. Actually, do I have like the kind of I am pretty good at conversation. I can just try to, I wonder if it would be possible for me to just, convince, get them to spill a few things. But then again, I mean, like they're probably not going the same direction we are, so I'm not sure it'd be so useful for us to try. So they can keep their secrets. That's fine.
But yes, the next day they tell tales of they had found a hive of Invi. It was very
Here?
harrowing that they managed to wipe out a few of them, but they did eventually have to leave because they were about to be overrun. They gave them the slip. They don't describe where they were or how they gave them the slip or anything like that.
So very vague story is without
Very
the
vague
details.
story. They
Gotcha.
do mention those bastards at the wall that charged them to go through the fortification, though.
Whatever.
That's the only hint you
Wait,
get.
wait. What kind of Invi?
Scary kind.
What kind?
The very kind.
Scary kind.
Scary.
Oh, I thought you said very kind.
Yes, the kind. That's
It's the kind of Invi that's kind.
yes.
So, not Invi.
They wanted to share what was in their hands, which were claws.
Look, I share my claws all the time. You can't. You know, it's fine.
Exactly. No, they mention ants. They look like ants.
Ants.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
ant spirits.
So
I'm
so
not sure.
they went past the wall, so we know that. That's
And
all.
they
We
went
know.
past the wall, yes.
Yeah, they're the little barrier thing. Okay.
Is
all right.
it common knowledge in Earthdawn that Invi are like really dangerous, or is that
Oh, yes.
it's just like really bad if they exist in a place and they need to be wiped out immediately?
Yes.
I,
I mean, there were towns, I think, 50 to 100 years ago that were wiped out by Invi.
I think it was Landis, wasn't it?
I don't remember if Landis was one of them.
Landis did get hit bad, but that's before the Scourge.
Yeah. Most of the stories of the Invi come from before the Scourge. I know that much.
Let's see. Quick search.
so they're going to go back and try to wipe that nest out, right?
Oh, yes, they're totally going to go back in and try to wipe that nest out.
Right. But just
They're
if you
Black
don't.
Knight.
But if on the off chance, you don't come back for whatever reason, is there anyone who would know where this nest is so they could, make sure it doesn't spread afterwards? Just throwing ideas out there.
Just in case y'all fail.
I would prefer this city not to be overrun by a swarm of ants.
Especially name giver sized.
Look, I'm sure the guards can handle it. That's what they're there for.
Can they handle?
I guess
duh.
Landis was one of them. 100 years before Thrall. Let's see, what is BT? Before the founding of Thrall. So yeah, 100 years before the founding of Thrall.
Interesting.
Did I get my time right? Yeah. Early
All right.
signs of horrors were elsewhere and the Invi burning. So yeah, they burned entire cities in some places. So yeah, people know Invi are bad.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, I trust the horrors to keep them in check more than the adepts here, but
what they found, what they ran from, seemed to be about 6 humanoids with ant features and 1 spirit that had physically manifested.
Oh, fun. They're bug peoples. We know them.
Yes, they are bug people.
Oh yeah, we ran into some of those before, didn't we? And
Yes,
just
yes,
left
we
them
did.
there, left them there to fight the horrors.
Yes,
Just like
yes,
we're
we
basically
did.
doing now. Yeah.
I don't think I have any relevant lore skills related to Invi. The horror ones won't, Joe,
What's that now?
relate. The horror skills, like lore skills, won't directly relate to Invite, will they?
I think half magic will, because they are spirits.
Because I have great spirit lore, I have horror lore, but I don't have anything like directly to Invite.
Just require an extra success or something for related, but not directly.
Yeah, half magic. Recognize different types of spirits. Your sense spirit will not detect them because they are not ally spirits.
Yeah, the elementals, they're not either. So
No.
they fall into like a weird kind of subcategory.
But yes,
There's-
you can make a half magic test, and you would need extra success to know little bits about them.
Yeah, there's no class that specializes in insect spirits like
Yeah, I only got a 20.
20.
Yeah, the closest thing you have to that is the lore about the shamans being particularly anathema.
So what are
Yeah,
you
but
trying?
mages don't tend to talk about shamans.
What do you want to know about them?
Do I know a little something? Because as a player, I know something. I just haven't
Yeah,
been
you
saying.
know a little something about them.
Okay.
You
Okay.
would
Then the
know
ones
the
you want to
different
worry about are
types.
not the ones that the ones you want to worry about are not the ones that look insect-like. The ones you want to worry about are the ones that blend in. Is what Hack would say. The more human they look, the worse.
And
well,
those tend to be rare outside of Chicago. Oh wait.
I was gonna say if they say anything about Universal Brotherhood, just run away.
Yeah, get a nuke.
But yeah, you know that
Okay.
the hybrids are generally the basic fusions of the spirit into a host. The ones that go really well become actual spirits that can manifest. And then the ones that go wrong are the ones that tend to continue to look like their name giver self. And those are rare.
Okay, bad things. Got it.
All right,
Understood.
So anything in general to do during the week?
What?
I want to track down a blood elf. I want to find one.
Okay.
If that means like I need to make a trip out of Haven for a short distance, I will. If it means I need to send a message, I will. That sort of thing. But the Nethermancer Hacriclus is looking for a blood elf.
I seem to recall there being one mentioned in town.
The drill.
I do too.
Yes.
But
You did mention that there was one in town. We just didn't find it on that first day, I think.
Right.
yeah, I don't remember the name.
Jesse, did you have a name?
Fefedril, I think, is the one who's mentioned.
Cecedral?
Can you type
Oh,
that?
like F. Yeah. It's,
Jog my memory. Okay. All right, so you are looking for a blood elf. What about Kinsey?
Besides getting my armor fixed and identifying cool magic stuff that we got, not sure what else she would be doing. She wants to sell the thing because she's got those the scorpion stinger thingies that she wants to sell. Yeah, probably just spend a lot of time in the bar chatting with everyone.
Okay. Give me a charisma roll,
Woohoo! Okay.
unless you wish help trying to sell your scorpion tails.
Oh yeah, she would bring somebody. She knows better than that.
I can help out with that. What do you need? You need some haggle rolls here?
Yes. Come on, Maxim. Let's go. Let's sell these things. It's good. It'll be great.
Yes, it'll be great. All right. So should I go ahead and make the full like four hackle rolls against their social defense?
Is this the first time we've been in this store? I don't remember going to the store before. I could be wrong.
Oh, you're going into Torgax?
That's where we have to sell it, right?
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
That's where you can go first.
Sure, we've never been there before. Let's get to know the local here.
You got like a smithy to make inquiries about like arms and weapon. You got like Gags All Goods is another store.
Yeah.
Store.
Where's the scorpion tail seller?
Yes, exactly.
I don't know if there's like an apothecary or something.
All right,
I think Tordax was sort of the all-around one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one in Dags has like more like just straight up kind of venturing stuff, but nothing like, let's see.
Nothing unusual.
All right, so you walk into Torgax at some point during the week. Let's see here. You get a rather... Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, I would guess even with Torgax, most of the stuff in the main room probably would be typical. You probably would have to make inquiries about finding anything unusual.
Yeah. So you go in there, you have an older looking troll, rather short hair, with one horn. And he seems to be currently going over some ledgers. Inside there are a couple of dwarves that seem to be organizing stuff. And by organizing, it's moving stuff from one pile into another pile.
Trying to look busy, even if they're not. I got it.
Let's see if that popped out. Yeah, that's what he looks like.
What does he look like? Sorry.
It's in Roll20.
Chat. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see him. Oh, cool.
It didn't pop out a window like usual.
Oh, I just pasted a browser image in the chat.
Cool.
Yeah, Kinsey will just kind of fly up to him. Hi, are you Tordak?
He swats as though he's moving trying to get rid of a fly. Not to hit you.
Yeah, I gotcha. Oh, sorry. Personal space. I'm bad at that. I understand. Okay, I'll fly back a couple of feet.
Yes, I'm Torgak.
We have some stuff to sell.
You are?
Oh, I'm Kinsey. And this over here is Maxim, and we're from Careful Whispers, and we went out there the other day. It was really fun, and then we brought some this back, and I just wanted to know if you could buy. Oh, but Maxim, you should talk. I'm sorry.
Yes. Y'all buy scorpion tails here. Okay.
He
Maxim
raises a
knows
brow.
what kind of scorpions these are, the different uses for those. So he's gonna start making the whole sales pitch of these the things they're valuable to these kinds of people. If you find an alchemist or something like that, I'm sure you could turn a good profit on these. So, but we don't have time to go find those people. So maybe you'd like to take them off our hands. That the kind of thing you deal in here, or?
Scorpion tails. No, I buy things that people can use. I don't think there's much resale value in scorpion tails.
Well, any alchemists in town we might want to talk to then?
Perhaps.
Got a recommendation for your valued customers?
Where are you staying? I will get in touch and I will send them to you, or arrange a meeting.
We're staying at place where we are staying.
Restless troll.
Oh, place.
Restless Troll. Yeah.
Of course. Give me a few hours and come back. Otherwise, you'll hear from me.
All right, much appreciated.
And then
Okay.
a few hours later, one of those dwarves from earlier comes into the Restless Troll looking around. Goes up to the bar, talks to I forgot her name.
Oh, the bartender? I don't remember her name either.
The owner of the Restless Troll.
It's
Tylia.
Aaliyah.
And she talks to him and then points over to a table where you happen to be at. And the dwarf comes running up, shuffling mostly. All right, we know somebody that might be interested. And then he slides over a piece of paper.
Ooh, awesome. Ooh, sorry, was it? Okay, yes.
And then he turns and runs out.
Bye. Like, not really a conversationalist, is he?
No, I think he lets the troll do the talking.
All right, where are we going? Yeah, we'll look at the paper.
It's an address. It seems to point over to the map, to the map, to the map, to the map. All right, you guys are on the map. I wasn't on the map. It seems to indicate a building that is five buildings north of the Brown Trout on the east side.
All right. Well, I guess we
over there
can
somewhere.
get over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, over there somewhere.
So the very edge of the city. Got it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Ready? Let's go. Let's go see who this person is.
You guys are going over there. What is Flal doing besides getting the armor fixed?
Bilal is looking to see if, not holding out a whole lot of hopes here, but looking to see if she can find some sort of seamstress or other kind of tailor or something of that sort. Possibly make add some of these here horror feathers to a dress or something like that. It'll look really awesome when she spins around while she's dancing.
Yes, you can find somebody.
Awesome.
That is not too bad. Just wandering through town, there are a few little clothing shops on the main, like right around over here. One seems to focus mostly in adventuring and jungle gear because, you know, the outskirts of Parlainth are pretty much rugged. But there is one that seems to go for the more fashionable options.
All right, well then she'll definitely go into that one.
There are a few very crude dummies displaying some clothes there. Not too bad quality, kind of flashy. Lots of bright colors.
Perfect. Is there
There is
somebody in
somebody
the
working. Yes, there is somebody working behind a table off to the side, kind of sewing some things together at the moment. And they look up as they notice you walk in.
Excuse me, I wonder if I might have a moment of your time.
Yes. She gives you the once over.
I'm looking for a modifications to a dress that this might look good with. She pulls out the really gilt shiny horror feathers. And wondering if you might be able to put these on something here that might look really great while I'm spinning around while I'm doing my dancing.
Ah, yes, yes. Do you have a dress or do you need one made?
I would need one made.
Yes, one moment, and she seems to be finishing or at least getting whatever she was working on to a point where she can stop, and she carefully lays it on the table. And then she goes over and does the process of measuring you.
I remark, I'll need to be fairly loose fitting, or really be able to allow me to move. I'm pretty wild when I'm out there on the dance floor.
Yes, yes. She kind of not hard or rudely, but kind of generally with the back of her finger brushes slightly against the wing flap. This is different.
Yes, aren't a whole lot of us, but do come around.
That will have to be incorporated into it.
Yes.
I think I can do something with that. Give me a charisma roll.
Yep, 7 for 10.
So she does the measurements. She kind of then grabs a tablet with some parchments kind of laying on top of it and starts to do a rough sketch. And she sketches out a gown. Forgive me, I don't have my colors yet, but we can do this in, what colors were those damn feathers?
I think they're mostly like red, orange, yellow, and then maybe some green or something like that at the ends. But I think it's mostly the orange, red, yellow kind of spectrum.
Gyre Nashers. Yeah, so she describes more than showing you an actual representation of the different coloring, how it'll kind of go from warmer at the top to cool at the bottom, kind of matching the feathers' natural patterning too. Now,
That sounds wonderful.
something of this quality, it may take me a couple weeks.
That's not a problem. My friends and I are probably going to be in town for a bit.
Okay, for something of this quality, now you have your own feathers, so I don't have to sell those. How does 400 silver sound to you?
If it's the quality you're saying, what kind of fabric do you think you'd be using? Just sort of testing out, like, does that feel like the right kind of thing for that?
It
I don't
would
know
be a very light and airy fabric.
All right.
I don't think satin is the right one, but
Okay. Do you think you could show me a sample?
yes. I do have that. She goes over to a side where she pulls out this long, probably about a 4 foot long club, for lack of a better word, that has different bits of fabric attached to it, so she can roll it and has different swatches.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And she finds the one, and it's kind of like a silk almost, but not that delicate.
All right.
So this will move with you. It'll breathe, and it flows well in the wind. It moves well, but do not take it out into the weather, and try not to get it, well, it punctures easily, so don't fight in it.
Sounds right. And yes, that sounds worthy. 400?
400, yes.
Right.
Half of it now, and then half upon completion.
All right. I look forward to hearing from you when it is finished.
Yes, I will send a person to find you. Just leave an address with me. If anything changes, I will hold on to it for up to a year.
All right. So I'll write down the restless troll for now, but if we come back, if we haven't been moving, I'll update.
Oh, right. That's the other thing we were going to do. We were looking for a place to live. I forgot.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, some of you wanted a house, right?
That was a thought that we had, I think.
Yeah, so the pets didn't have to keep going outside.
Right. Exactly. So aside from that, yeah, it's just that and the armor, I think, for at this moment.
And her name is Rishley. All right. There is a journal note for that, so I don't forget.
Perfect.
All right, hack. From hack, I need. Let's see what skills. Um, does Hack have any skills that would help him navigate a town looking for somebody? Or talents, and Frighten is not one of them. Tell me where they are!
I mean, like, I could use my bats to explore locations and stuff like that, but in terms of like social skills, hack is more intimidating and frightening than anything else. I mean, his instinct would be just go to Vartigals and ask. She knows.
Okay.
Well, she'll probably charge you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not probably.
Either how. Yeah. Either like if she can like direct him to a blood elf or send a message.
Yes, she will for 25 silver. Send out one of her assistants to look. And then we'll let you know if they wish to meet there or if they will come to meet you.
Okay.
Okay.
Marked off.
Who all has damaged armor besides Kinsey?
Falal does.
How much is it lost and what kind of armor is it?
It's actually only padded leather, and it's I think it lost 3 points. I think I did the math. I think that means it's like 6 silvers or something like that.
Okay, that will cost you 1 silver.
All right.
That's what I get for having fancy armor.
Yes.
Oh no!
All
1
right.
silver.
Kinsey, yours was missing 4 points.
Yeah, so it'll be 50 total, right? You said it was like 12.5 point per point, so 50 total.
No, that's base. It costs more here.
All right.
It'll cost you 60 silver.
Total, right?
Yes, total.
That's fine.
And was Maxim's armor damaged?
No, I was fine. Nothing ever hits Maxim.
All right. Was Hack's armor damaged?
Nope.
Okay. After about.
Oh, and the identification of that cool stuff.
Yes. Were you going to pay somebody to do it?
I think we can do that ourselves.
Let's see. We ended on the 24th.
How many times do we need to roll item history here?
Okay. It looks like the week was already factored into the party date, so we were already planning this week. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, I updated the date. I was like, oh wait, yep, you're right.
Okay. So almost the full week later. There's still a few days on waiting for the armor. The hack gets a message.
Okay.
All right. Basically, there's a description, a set of directions. Walk down the main road until you see this particular sign. Turn left. Go up until you find a building with a withered tree in the thing, and then turn right. That basically a bunch of directions. And
Okay.
the building it eventually leads you to is up here in the very corner ish.
Okay.
And the closer you get to that building, the less normal traffic you see walking around town. The buildings get a little closer together. There's a lot more shadows and shade here. And it leads to a small, like everything in Parlainth is pyramidal, but this is outside of the town, so it's a bit more straight stone structure, but it is stepped in 2 tiers.
Okay. Before I go, by the way, I would ask my compatriots, should I bring the blood armor, the thorn armor,
Oh.
just in case? There's a chance it could get lost, but then again, I would protect it, so I would get lost too, probably.
I can come with you. I'll protect you, and I'll help you get back.
I think that's a bad idea.
Oh. Oh, okay. Maxim can go with you, right?
Maxim, sure.
Sure.
Me and Flo will hang out. It's fine.
Okay, so yeah, bring the armor then. In that case, Maxim, you have it on you for now.
Sure.
Okay.
And so there's a 2-tier thing you said?
Yes.
Did the instructions say to go up or into the bottom?
Bottom.
Okay.
And knock on the left-hand door. It's kind of like a opened portal through, and there's a door to the left and to the right.
Okay. Knock on the door.
In the door, there's one of those slider views things that slides open. Are you hack?
Yeah. I try to look through.
And your friend?
Maxim.
I'm not hack.
It's hack and not hack.
You can wait outside if need be.
The slider closes and the door opens. Please come in.
Waiting outside, or
does it look like you want Maxim to stay outside?
No, he's holding the door open.
All right. Does he also want the several large cats to come in?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to be holding the door open for them.
Those can stay outside.
And Maxim has probably never seen a blood elf before.
I saw one rather recently.
Yeah, where was that? Oh, that was with the group that came in.
Yeah.
I don't think that is this guy. Please have a seat.
Is this like a home or an
yes,
establishment of some
this
kind?
is like a home.
Okay.
Most of the seats are very soft, very easily punctured and not harmed, so no really hard surfaces. And he does,
Okay.
in fact, drip blood as he is walking around and moving. He first thing goes to a kind of like a kitchen area where he seems to have a wood-burning stove boiling something, and he pours a couple cups. Comes over and sets down a tray with a few mugs of tea.
Thank you.
Now, what
Pack
can I
privacy.
do for you?
We were in the, what is it called? The Smalls, Maxim? That quadrant?
What about the Smalls? Like,
Is it called the Smalls? I forgot. Is it?
The place
that
what we
what it
is
is?
were.
what
That's
is what called the Smalls? There's a part of the city
That
called the
quadrant.
Smalls. I don't know what you're saying about a place that's part of the city.
That quadrant of the city that we were in called the Smalls. Was that what? Is it called the Smalls? I'm checking with you.
Which quadrant? We went through like 3.
No.
no, we didn't.
Oh,
No, you've only been
I
through
mean,
one.
we went down the thoroughback onto the opposite side of the city, right?
We
You
went up one laneway, but then we went into one quadrant, and
Yeah.
then we came back and went back to Haven. So we only been in one quadrant so far. Was it the Smalls? Or the Narrows, something like that? Anyway, we found the remains of an adventuring party that was in there previous to us, and one of the remains seems to be that of your persuasion. Have you heard of a blood elf named Respin?
Let's see
Lost
if he
about a year ago?
has.
I think it was a year ago, right?
I don't think anyone heard your response. Just so you know.
The name rings a bell.
He was a swordsman, I believe. I'm not sure of any specifics beyond that. We found a diary among the remains. But of note, and this is what I sought you out for, we found what I think is a racial treasure of yours, or at least something that I would associate only with Blood Elves. Maxim, could you show him? We'd like to arrange for its return.
Sure. Yeah, I'll pull out the rose armor.
He will look at it. He does not touch it, but he does kind of lean forward where he's sitting and inspect it. And then after a moment, he gets up and walks over to a counter where there's a light quartz lantern and picks it up and brings it over and kind of raises the shutter to add more light to it. I have heard of this. I think. The last I heard of this, it was on one of the Queen's bodyguard. Before the
Axe turned pale.
scourge.
Well, it was up and about on this person recently. Is there a way we can make inquiries?
A lot of strange emotions cross his face. Maxim, you can probably make an interaction test to get a sense of those emotions.
I do have empathic sense.
Well, that will
seems
work.
like the right ability to have here. I got a 35.
He is a total wall. Let's see, you get a general state of emotional state. You can read the target's surface emotions with 2, 3, or more. You know what the target is feeling. He is feeling a bit of awe and fear and reluctance and trepidation, kind of like all roaming through at this mention of making inquiries. You may make inquiries, but I would advise against it.
For me or for you?
No one will answer my inquiries. I am not welcome in the wood anymore.
Well, in that case, will there be a visit from the elves anytime soon? Will they be coming to town? Can I send a message? Do you have somebody I can send a message to?
Is there perhaps someone, a name or a place you could give us that we could go? And of course, we would not be mentioning your name in any of this, if that is what you want.
Yes, we can definitely leave you out of it.
What I remember of this, and it has been missing for some time, the Queen may reward anybody that brings proof of, well, not just this, but what happened to her bodyguard.
You say she may reward. What are the other possibilities you're considering there?
Well, she may kill you. She may take you prisoner and never let you go. She may do anything she likes, really. But I do recall that this finding out what happened to the person, I don't remember who it was. We weren't shared the names, really, just the position. Was one of her most trusted at one point.
So again, is there a way to contact someone from the wood? I would prefer not to go there myself.
It seems wise if there was someone we could perhaps contact outside of the Queen's direct power to make arrangements.
I think anybody you contact that is not an outcast like myself would probably take you there directly.
At which point we would need to rely on the Queen's moods. But on the other hand,
Yes, and if that
how
happens,
often chances like this come along?
it would be good to have good news to go with it.
Elves go in and out of the wood all the time. I don't see why we can't just find one and send a message.
A message to what, though?
To any of the royalty, any of the noble houses that might be interested, any of her representatives, a courtier,
Yes,
scribe.
and what would you tell them? That you have it?
That we found an item that probably was related to her guard of old, and that it was found with the remains of an elf named Drespin, and we'd like to arrange for its return. I mean, if she wants to reward us, that's great. But I know that how I would feel, as a representative of my king, if an item of value to our nation was lost, and I would hope that whoever it was that found it would find a way to return it.
Let me consult the map.
Well, really, this is just making me wonder what a bodyguard of the Queen was doing in Parlainth that presumably he did not get a chance to finish.
Oh, well, I kind of suspect he was lost in Parlainth when it went out of this world.
There's
Oh,
nothing to say that. Yeah, there's nothing to say that Respin is the actual.
Yeah. The bodyguard was pre-scourge,
Yeah.
right? And,
Yes.
And so, like,
oh, okay.
Respin is definitely not pre-scourge, so it kind of assumed he acquired it afterwards.
Right.
Either that or he
okay.
lived through, but I don't think he did.
But we found it on another blood elf, is that correct?
Yes.
Another blood elf. Yeah, we found it on Respin who did not,
Right.
I guess, did not take it back to the Bloodwood, or he did and no one
Apparently not.
knows about it. I guess is also possible.
But he also concealed that he was a blood elf, so maybe he was in exile as well. But I mean, at this point, like, Hack is sort of thinking, like, it might just make more sense to just take it back to Thrall and have Thrall negotiate the return.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have official contacts.
I do still know somebody in Trenavar that may be able to get word. But again, coming from me, it may not get
Like I
you
said,
much.
Like I said, we can keep your name out of it. I mean, I have a feeling that if word of this gets out, anybody involved will probably be wished to be questioned for more information. I know you just found this, but the Queen is not as trusting. And, if it just shows up, then perhaps you know something. Perhaps you were responsible. Who knows what goes through her head at times.
And as he says that, he waves his hand dismissively and then gives a very derisive look at the thorns coming out of his arm.
Bit of
Okay.
authority personality. I'll see myself out.
Okay. Well, if you could
I
give me that content.
yes, I will give you the name. I still would advise that if you do wish to return it, it might help something, either you personally or not, but it might help to know more information.
Mm-hmm. If we come to her with nothing, then she may very well think that we are concealing something from her. And from what I understand, that is quite an uncomfortable position. And in that case,
well.
but if we can come to her with some larger amount of detail, then she may be. If we can
Yes,
give
but
her
we don't
other
have
leads
any
to
more
follow.
detail. Yes, but we don't
Yes,
have any more details.
not
right?
yet. Not yet.
What do you mean not yet?
I'm considering ways in which we might be able to get more.
Okay, I would have preferred to have this conversation outside, but apparently we're having it now. We have all the information we have about this adventuring group. They were here a year ago. They went into the ruins. A couple people vaguely remember them, but they don't know what they were doing or why they were here. We don't have any evidence like beyond their items that we found.
Mm-hmm.
The trail is ended. There is nowhere else to go at this point.
I'm thinking maybe there's nowhere else to go, but I'm going to think about it first. I mean, like you said, we can have this conversation not in front of the Blood Elf, but I'm thinking about
You're the one that brought it up. Anyway, thank you. Can you write down the name, please?
Yes.
What I was saying was that what I was spitballing was that if we go to her, she might question us if we don't have any more information for us. That's what I said.
No. See, that's not the problem. The problem is even if we send message that we found it, or even if we return it, the problem is we're going to wake up one night with a blood elf over our bed.
Yes, exactly.
Demanding answers to questions we don't have the answer to. That's the problem.
Yes, exactly. Which
But
is
I
why it'd
can't
be
seem
very
to
good if
avoid
there was
that
some way
anyway.
we could get more information first.
But I can't avoid that anyway, right? So if it happens, it happens. I'll answer the questions I know the answer to. Otherwise,
All right. Anyway,
I mean, it's
so
the
yeah,
same thing as like,
we've got his contact information.
Yes. He gives you a name, Selfie.
the name is Selfie, or he gives it to a Selfie.
The name is Selfie.
Selfie.
And that was he was where?
She is in Trenovar.
Trenovar.
Or at least she was as of 4 years ago when I left. She should still be there. She is a troubadour.
Anyway, thank you. We will try to forget that this conversation ever happened.
Oh, that's not very
If you-
necessary.
We will endeavor to keep your name out of things out of things related to this going forward. But if you ever need a favor from Careful Whispers, we're currently staying at the Restless Troll. It shouldn't be too hard to find us.
Very well. I do not like going out in public, though. Not
Or
everybody.
you can find someone to bring us a message. That's also quite acceptable.
Yes, not everybody is accepting of my passing.
All right. All right. Well, given that, yeah, I guess we can head out and. Yeah, I'm gonna go over that journal one more time more thoroughly to just make absolutely certain there's no detail about where Ruspin came from or what he was doing or what he was looking for or anything like that.
Okay.
I think we checked. Well, I think we checked once before, but I'm going to do a more thorough check, make sure there's nothing we missed, because I mean it's a whole book.
Yes. The dwarf elementalist wrote a lot about himself and his observations. Not really much about the details of other people. And there are actual entries of like, yes, and they told me where they were from and what they did before, and that's it verbatim. Right.
Yeah,
It's not like,
I'm gonna be going into like secondary inferences of like, yes, I observed about this person because of this thing that I knew that this must be true about them.
yeah.
And that I'm gonna have to be working backwards from that to try to figure out any actual information.
Yes, and when we met, they told me where they were from, and it sounded like a very good, but they don't list any details. It's just like, oh yeah, blah blah. He said blah 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 blah. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even he didn't know.
He doesn't
own
seem
companions.
very interested in the details about others, just what they mean to him.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna go through it and see if I can make any guesses out of I don't know how he decided to stereotype people, figure out where they must have come from. Oh yeah, you came from Travar, so if someone's assuming, oh yeah, he must have been to Kratos at some point because it's very shifty or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna go through it for that, but that's probably
Yes.
gonna take a lot of time.
Give me a research roll.
Wait, do I? Oh, I don't get research until next circle. Crap. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, next circle I can try that, or I guess I could try to get Kothar to help out with it.
You're going to be reading it, so this is for you. If you don't find anything this time, then you don't find anything.
Then I'll go ahead and make a perception roll. I got it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Didn't find
you're
anything this time.
pouring through, and it just going through so many pages of the dwarf writing things from his point of view, where it's
God.
like I'm listening to this person and I'm not understanding or actually hearing a word they're saying. I'm listening to them though. There may be details in there, but it just drones on and on and on.
Oh God. Yep. I imagine I have a deep and personal hatred of this person by the time I'm finished.
Probably.
Yep. But I don't know. Maybe if once I get the research talent, I can make a bit more headway on that. And then the other possibility is I don't know if item history can give us anything useful off of this. Any clue?
Okay, so next time we're all together.
Yes.
Hack suggests that we just turn it in as part of our expeditionary force. Just send it back to Thrall. Said, hey, we found this threat item.
Just the next time we're in Thrall, we'll just hand it over and let them figure it out.
No, there's caravans going to Thrall all the time. Send it to him. Just put it on a truck.
I'm sure it'll be.
Oh man, this seems like a good way to get an entire caravan assassinated, and then Blood Elves wake us up in the middle of the night anyway.
They won't know that it's on the caravan until it gets to Thrall.
Yeah, we'll put it in a big box and then just ship it that way, and no one can open the box until it gets to Thrall.
Yeah, just
the question is do we trust any it just to get to the expeditionary force offices?
I don't care at this point.
It's just out of our hands at that point, is what you're suggesting. Got it.
That is a possibility. I kind of want to hang on to this and see if I can get to the bottom of things. It's a terrible idea, but I'm tempted.
That's like, hey, look at this object. It's a $50 million nuke.
Yeah, we got other problems at this point in time, right? We're tracking down a horror.
Yeah.
We got a horror hunter who's making a deal. We got
we have more important things to deal with.
Yeah.
This problem we can just put in a box and leave alone.
And it's not. I mean, it was here for a year and a half. It's not. Someone's not gonna show up tomorrow asking around who's got it.
Right. Nobody seems like they're going to be talking to the guy you guys were talking to. So.
All right.
So the next day, a bunch of elves show up.
That sounds about right. They just pop in. All right. Well, okay.
3 blood warriors.
Yeah. Do we who comes to buy our scorpion tails? I'm curious.
Okay. You had an address to go to.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
We're
going
yeah,
over there, it is who was that guy? Where's my Parlainth?
of course, if anybody else wants to come with us, they're more than welcome. I just need somebody to carry them because I can't.
It is Zachary.
Zachary?
Zachary.
Okay,
The
all
place
right.
you get
he
directed
does
to
wood carving and
is Zachary.
scorpion tails.
Of course it is.
Wait, is this now? Just to be clear, is this the same guy who does the wood carving, or is
Yes.
this a different guy named Zachary? Okay.
No, this is the same guy.
That is hysterical. I love
he
it.
He is not in the Restless Troll whittling. He is actually at home. Well, you get there, and it's about an hour later when he comes home and sees you, probably out there knocking, flying, peeking in windows. Oh,
While shaking her head while he's doing it.
your earrings aren't done yet.
Oh, it's you. Oh, yeah. No, we're here for something else. But thank you for giving me the update.
Oh, something else?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
good. Kind of, relieved. I like my fingers. I don't like having. Never mind. What something else?
Oh, show him.
Yep. I mean, you say show them, but I'm probably carrying these things over my shoulder. These are big scorpions.
Please, yeah.
Yes, the things that I'm carrying over my shoulder. I will take them off and put them on the table.
Oh.
We heard you might be interested in them.
Yes. He does a thorough examination and kind of, yes, and they were actually removed carefully. Ooh, yes.
I did a good job.
Yes, you did. Let's see. For the lot, I can give you 415. I think. One adult, 2 juveniles. It looks like. Still got the poison glands. Yes. 415.
415. Outrageous. I mean, you said yourself these were perfectly removed, and I'm going to make a haggle test. All right, so I think the way haggle works is you make like a number of tests equal to your haggle rank against the other person's social defense.
Yes, and each one is like 5.
All right, what's his social defense?
His social defense is a 9.
All right, mine is also a 9.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun. We're here for intense gameplay. All right.
But do you have to roll it 9 times?
No, I only have 4 ranks, so I rolled this 4 times.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
All right. So I got 11 successes. He can roll his haggle to counteract mine. He's got haggle. Or he can just raise his price by 55%. That's also an option.
You are very good at this.
Apparently. I mean, it's a big chunk of it is the armor. The armor is very helpful.
Kinsey would have just taken the price and said, yeah, that's great.
All right. What is your social defense?
9. We are evenly matched.
He has no karma.
Oh, he has no karma. Oh, I feel bad now. Not that bad though. But he is slightly better at it than I am.
It doesn't look like he's rolling as well.
Oh yeah, he's not using 2 karma on every roll. 5 successes.
Yeah, it's not based on successes. It's just if you succeed, it goes
Oh,
5% in your
successes doesn't
favor. And if at any point it fails, you stop rolling and the other person can finish, I guess.
Huh.
He has 5 ranks, but he only gets 4 rolls because that last one succeeds. So it's 10% in your favor.
All right.
Nice.
So 415 plus another 41 and a half. 455 and a half.
455 and a half. There we go. All right.
And a half. I love it.
And I'll add that to that 5 copper I've got.
Yes. We'll get a whole copper and having a whole silver out of it. That's great. It's perfect.
All right. At the end of the week, let's do item history rolls for your stuff.
And I'm assuming we can boost some talents. We have time for that too if we want to, right?
Yes. See, each day you can do 1 because you guys were still moving around and doing things.
Doing other things. Okay, each day
so
1.
7,
That's fine.
Up to 10. To account
Okay.
for some of those days not actually going out and doing anything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still at the point where I can circle, but, it's fine.
Did my training last time, didn't I? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
All right. You need. I can make some item history rolls.
Yeah, let me.
Scale, you can find a teacher or do the Ghostmaster ritual.
I could actually just go ahead and circle up, couldn't I?
That takes dedicated time, though.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
with the Ghostmaster,
it's
you can
40
do it
hours.
piece by piece, right?
40 hours within 3 weeks.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you didn't want to raise talents, you could train 8 hours a day for the 5 days.
That's fine. I mean, I don't need to raise any talents. I'm like literally ahead already, so that's why I don't have to raise any talents.
No.
So.
I'm saying that you can get the Ghostmaster ritual now, and then start working your way toward the circling. You don't have
I
to
see.
do all the 40 hours at once. You just need the Ricklecum coin, and you can begin training.
Right. No, I'm asking. Yeah. I mean, can I just circle up this week though, if I find a regular trainer or no?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool then. I might just do that for this week, and then we'll deal with the ghost thing a little bit later because we still haven't found any ghost masters quite yet, right?
Right.
Also,
That-
did you get the knack already?
What knack?
The Ghostmaster ritual is a knack off of thread weaving.
Oh, is it? Okay, so I have to pick up a knack too. Okay,
Yeah.
That's fine.
So
And also, we need the name of a ghost master.
that would be a little easier. At least a low-level one that would be easier to find. If you wanted a higher circle Ghostmaster, it would be harder to find. But you can train. You can circle up. That would take up 7 of those 10 talent advances, though.
That's fine. I don't need that much, so it's all good. I mean, I've already where I need to be anyway, so it's fine. Circle 7.
All right, so there was helmet, rose petals, 2 bows, a hammer, a shield, bracers, a saddle, chainmail, and that was it. Okay. So what do you wish to do first?
It's alphabetical seems like a way to go, or just down the list. Yeah.
Okay, tell me, because I don't have them organized alphabetical.
Okay. Sure, Fresh. I'll put them in my own list. I'll start with the rose armor.
We can also hire people in town to do item history, right? So, like, why don't we just do what we're going to do ourselves, but also do
Yeah,
all the
because
other stuff?
we have a lot of money. It's not like we're broke.
That you want to hire people, go ahead. I'm not stopping you.
Whoever has item/history test, just do them, and then we'll take all the rest and we'll go take it to like Brunhilde's or something.
That's
and say,
26 on the rose armor.
Oh, you're focused on the rose armor. Okay.
Okay.
We got a list. I'm going now. And also that one we aren't giving to anyone else.
You learn. Dang it, my chat popped out. Hold on. Does it go? Okay, it goes back. All right, the rose armor. You learn that it has maximum threads 2. It is master tier. The first rank, you must learn the name of the armor. And if you learn the name of the armor, it becomes physical armor 3 and mystical armor 3. Second rank, the effect is it becomes physical armor 4. Rank 3, you must learn the location where the roses were gathered, and the owner adds +1 to social defense.
Next, let's go with the stone hammer.
All right, the hammer.
Well, I think I failed.
Maxim, you do realize, of course, that like one of the D's for that armor might be to undergo the ritual.
I'm not planning to put it on. I just want to know its history.
The hammer is journeyman hammer. It can allow up to 2 threads maximum. And you must learn the name of the warhammer, and the damage step is 8 if you do.
It's the
All
bruiser.
right. Let's see.
That's more than a troll sword.
It's a 2-handed weapon, I think, right? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Get the. There's a bracer, right? That Kinsey wanted.
Yeah.
All right. 20 on it.
Oh, not bad.
Alright, 20 on the bracers, 10, 15, 20. You get 3 of them. It is journeyman. Allows up to 2 threads. Rank 1, you must learn the name of the bracers. The owner gains +1 rank to unarmed combat. Rank 2, the owner gains +1 rank to claw shape. Rank 3, you must learn the name of the creator of the bracers. The owner gains +2 ranks to claw shape.
All right.
Ooh.
Next up, the short bow. 14.
Hold on, you need to mark down how many ranks you've unlocked on these things.
Sure. 3 on that one. It was just 1 on the hammer and 3 on the rose armor.
All right, bracers 3. The next one was what now? The short bow?
Yeah, short bow.
The short bow fails. All right, what's the next one?
The black and white bow. Wait. Is that No, okay, it's not a rule of 1. Oh, I did not reset my karma from the fight. So I ran out of karma. Alright, well, yeah, that's a failure. And next up, the horned helmet. Only a 12. Probably failed that one.
Let's see, the helmet. All right, you got a 12. That fails.
The chain armor.
The chain armor. You learn that is also master tier. You must learn the name of the armor, and it becomes physical armor 8.
So that was just one success on that one. And then there was a saddle too, is that right?
Yes.
Also 19.
All right, the saddle. Also 19. You learn 2 on that one. It is a journeyman tier. You must learn the name of the saddle. The mount gains +1 to physical armor. And then rank 2, the mount gains +1 to physical defense.
Alright. Alright. Yeah, and if someone wants to hire people to do more on that, that's fine with me. Okay. Oh yes, and also, were we able to get a house in town during this week?
Yes.
Did we already pay for that, or was that something that we hadn't figured out? Yeah. Trying to remember if we did that last time or not.
I don't think you paid for it.
How much does that cost?
How long do you want it?
2 months is probably more than enough, right? We're probably not going to be here more than that.
Seems fair.
We can renew the lease if it comes to that. Yeah, 2 months.
Let me do some math. Okay. It'll be 2,000 silver a month.
2,000? Alright.
I think I did. Hold on, I did my math wrong. I doubled up on something here.
How many
Let's
items
see.
can you use item history on at a time?
There's no real limit as long as you can touch them.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
An hour a day too. So that takes up some training time.
Alright. Okay.
Let's see.
Don't
2
think I
months,
was
60
quite that
days times the price times. Okay, yeah, that's right. So 2,000 a month, or if you wish to buy it for 20,000 silver, you can own it.
What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, no. Sure. I'll rent this place out for 2 months. Living in Haven is expensive, huh? Alright.
I think the room you're in now is a 160 a night.
Jesus Christ. Yep. This is a fun place. Alright, well that's paid for. Okay. let's see. We've got all our armor up, our training done. Is it time to go back in and try looking for that palace again?
So with the equipment stuff, we have to get some of the stuff. Like, we have to do some research on some of it, right? Before we can use it.
Yeah.
Well, in order to find out the names of all these items.
Yeah, we have to find the
At the
names at
least-
the very
at the
least,
very
right?
least.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I would love to be able to use those bracers right now.
Go
They
talk
were
to
like
Vartigal.
made for me. What are you talking about?
Go talk to Vartigal. Go hire a researcher.
I will hire a researcher for these. I will pay for it myself.
Okay. Where do you wish to hire a researcher?
Who does research here in this town?
Go to Vartigal.
Vartigal is an information broker.
Right. Ask if there's any researchers in
Yeah,
town.
yeah. I'll check with them if there's a researcher.
Vartigal's got like tons of books and stuff in their house too. It's like probably can do research themselves.
Yeah. Let's see if they want to do some research for me. I want to know what the stuff is.
All right, so you go in, and Vartigal the Tiskrang is sitting there, basically right now reading as you fly in.
Oh.
And she looks up.
Hi.
Ah. Wait, don't tell me. Kinsey.
Yes, you remember me. Awesome. You're amazing. Okay, so
I know.
So yeah, I'm gonna kind of flop over and put down the bracer on the ground on the countertop. Okay, so I found this thread item, and I want to know if there's anybody that could do some research for me to find out stuff about it, like the name of it specifically. That would be useful. And
The name of it.
And
she reaches but doesn't touch it yet. May I?
of course, yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh, maybe you've seen it before because never mind. Anyway, did you see it before? No.
She doesn't say anything yet.
Anyway, yeah, the name of it. And what was the other thing that we needed to know for these? I don't know. Did you guys list it anywhere or no?
You did 3 ranks on that. The third rank was the name of the creator of the bracers.
Oh yeah. And like who made it and stuff like that.
And you wish somebody to research it.
Mm-hmm. Not really my style of thing.
I wouldn't have guessed. I do know a few things about this, and I am willing to hand over that information for 200 silver.
Sounds fair. She's not. She doesn't haggle. This merchant's gonna love her.
She gets up and goes to a shelf where there's just a ton of loose parchments there. Yes, this one. She comes back with a particular sheet. And my page is not loading up again. Come on, roll 20, load the page. Okay. She comes back with a sheet of paper and sets it down. And it looks like there is a hand-drawn representation of these bracers,
Ooh.
complete with the markings on them that look like claw marks across the bracers and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And she slides it over, and it has the name. And the name is... There it is. The name of this is the Dire Wolf's Claw.
Nice.
And underneath it, it says that they were crafted from the pelts of dire wolves.
Very cool. Does it show who made it?
No.
Okay. All right. Nice. This is really interesting. Do you know who made it or no?
No, I do not know who made it.
That's okay. Okay. This is very useful. Thank you.
I'm glad I could help.
I guess you'll just take them and leave at that point. It's just very simple about it. Bye. Thank you.
Come again. Oh wait, perhaps I should not say that to a windling.
It's too late. She's gonna come.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So I have dire wolf bracers now. Claws, sorry.
Yes, you do.
Did we type the effects anywhere? I don't know. I can't see them somewhere.
Not yet. Hold on.
Not yet. Okay, that's fine. I think it was what, a +2 to or +1 to unarmed combat for the first one, or was it the claw thing first?
Unarmed combat's
first, claw shape after.
Okay, that's what that. Mm-hmm.
And you don't know what rank 4 and beyond does.
Right. We know 3 so far, right?
All right. There's now a handout.
Sweet.
Who is interested in the chainmail? I thought I
I don't think
remembered.
anybody's expressed it just yet.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. That's the only item that Hack probably find useful.
Or the rose petals.
Nope.
You can become a blood describe.
I mean, Hack would have been all up for exchanging the rose armor for something he could use, but At this point, the hassle level is like way over the wall. It escalated too quickly.
Yeah. Oh, it is German. Okay, cool.
Now, you don't have to worry if you never plan on going near Bloodwood, right?
No, that's definitely would need to worry still.
Songbird.
All right.
All right, so you wish to go back?
And
Your armors are all finished up.
Did we get like ranged weapons for people who didn't have them?
No, we haven't done that.
Get what now?
Ranged weapons.
Oh, no, you have not.
Pew pews.
Nope. No pew-pews yet.
Well, people should get them. Even if you have to throw them without throwing weapons.
I've got mine.
Yeah, I think
Ranged
Law wouldn't mind looking around, looking to see if there are a couple of hawk hatchets to.
Yes, you can find hawk hatchets. They are 20% more expensive, though.
Okay.
See if there are any that are forged already.
What was that?
See if there's any that are forged.
Oh, that is a good idea.
Pre-forged.
I don't think Flaw has the ability, so somebody else would have to astral sight.
Hack can do that if need be. If you need that to find which ones are forged. Instead of like
Yeah,
just
because
asking
you'd
the
need to be
smith.
able to. Good point. Yeah. Yeah, just I think Fall would probably just ask.
Okay. Let's see. Hawk hatchets are...
If you need it. Here, Hack, I'll roll it for you.
They're 75 each.
There. If you need it, Hack got a 36.
Dang.
Why, yes, it was forged 4 times. During the twilight hours. Last autumn.
They
I
have
believe it was
one
raining.
that has been allegedly forged 3 times. And that one they will sell for... $330 silver. And then one has been forged once. And that one they will sell for 200 silver.
Yeah, I'll take those.
You are now a warrior princess.
Yes. They do also have a few flight dagger. Well, any throwing weapon is available. They even have a windling net with a windling in it. Oh.
Lightly used.
Let
Yeah,
me out of here!
One previous owner.
Do you wish to leave any of the items with a researcher?
I'm not really worried about it.
We need to know the chainmail's name, right?
Yes.
Let's see that one.
I'll
Okay.
introduce you to my very good friend.
Who? Vartigal? I've already met him.
Go ask her the chainmail's name.
I'm coming. I'll come along with you. It's fine.
Okay.
Oh, you want to go that route?
And she knew
Brunhilde, right?
She knew the name of the other one really quickly, so it might be very easy.
Yeah. True.
All right. This one here, as she sees it, she looks very, very, not really excited, but interested, more than interested.
Lustfully.
Aye. Yes, I have heard of this. What do you wish to know that I may barter for information?
Research its knowledge, starting with this name.
Is that only you wish to know?
Out of character, we didn't get to any of the key knowledges other than that, right? From our
Yeah, only one success on that one.
Correct. But
Although
she may know
doesn't
more.
hurt to get information early.
Yeah, so like anything else required to weave to it.
Could go
like,
for a stab in the dark and try to ask who made it.
That's probably going to be a key knowledge, you're right. So, yeah. What can you tell us and how much it'll cost?
Let's see. She starts examining it. Yes. And then she goes to a bookcase, starts looking through books. And you're probably there for about an hour as she is picking up one book, skimming through it, putting it back, picking up another book, putting it back. Yes, here. Okay. I can tell you. Three pieces of information for this.
Yeah.
And it will cost you 1,000 silver.
Okay. Let's see. Let me mark it out. $10. Is it earth or water coins? I think it was earth.
You got some of each.
Yeah. I give her 10.
Okay. She counts them out. Alright, yes. And then goes to a side and begins to transcribe information, which takes another 20 minutes or so. And then she shuts the book, puts the book back, brings the information. Yes, this here is Trakir Elthro.
That's the name? Rockir
That is
Rethro?
the name. Trakir Elthro. It translates to dragon proof. The second bit of information is that the first owner was named Slog. And this particular bit of information was created by the Great Dragon. Let me get my dragons right.
Really need to have a discussion with His Majesty when I get back. Great dragons really shouldn't be going around making stuff that's dragon-proof.
Bold of you to assume that this act is actually dragon-proof. Because I could absolutely see a lot of great dragons making something that's called dragon-proof.
Calling it dragon-proof. I see what you mean.
Yes, this dragon. Why is Charcoal Grin listed as a great dragon?
Sort of borderline.
This was created by Aban.
Okay. Yours. Anchor kindly.
Alright, there is a handout now for that.
It's gotta be a bit before I can weave anything to it, assuming you guys let me, as opposed to somebody else grabbing it.
Yeah, you can't weave the additional ranks, but you know them.
No, I mean I can't weave to it at all. I need another rank in thread weaving.
Oh.
Oh, do you?
I already got 9 threads.
I have just enough. I think I do. Why does this thing have an exclamation point next to it? Did I do something wrong?
Yes, what are you talking about?
On the direwolf claw, it's got an exclamation point next to it, like I did something wrong.
Exclamation point where?
On the item, go to the equipment. You'll see it on my equipment list.
Oh.
See, it's got like a red exclamation next to it. I don't know why.
Let me see. Kinsey. Load their sheet, load their sheet.
I have 8, and that's 8 items, right? Am I missing something? Or some of these 2 or something that I don't know about?
It's still loading for me, hold on. My table is slow.
I see that.
Yeah, I need 8,900 legend points just to raise my thread weaving high enough to.
Yeah, I mean, I'll raise my thread weaving another one if I need to, but. See, it's got that red exclamation. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like,
that's new to me.
Is it the number of thread weaving items? Another.
I have
I'm not
8,
sure.
and it should be 8, right? Like, am I missing something there?
Let's see, you have Poison Ivy, your group pattern is 4 of those, Soul Safe, Horror Pattern item, that is 8. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. As long as I didn't do anything wrong and it's just being weird, I'm cool with that.
I've never seen it put up a red exclamation point and you can't mouse over it to see what's going on with it.
But oh well, something for another time.
Yeah.
But I think we're ready. I think we're done. We have everything we need.
You sure it's a number? Because when I add the item, and I'm at max capacity, I add another one, it gives me a red exclamation point.
Thread wings at rank 8, and I have 8. I don't know.
Yes, but is it an 8 base?
Yeah.
Or it's not? It's not a modified 8.
Yeah, not modified 8. No, no,
Huh.
just 8.
Yeah, I get it when I go above my max.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know why it's reading it's above its max.
Yeah,
It's
I
a little red
don't.
exclamation point right before the name. Right?
Well, that's what it means. We just have to figure out why it's saying it. Okay, that's fine. I'll play with it after the game. It's fine. I'll
like
figure
I said,
it
the
out.
only thing I can think of is that you're misreading the talent
No.
rank differently.
I mean, no item takes more than one, right?
Right. Well, group
Each
pattern
thread-
items
The group
do.
item does, but I separated those so to make sure that I counted for that.
Yeah, nothing else does. Let's see. Thread weaving, beast weaving is 8. Step 14, because you have a willpower of 6. Or is that perception 6?
Perception.
Yeah, for perception.
Either way is 6.
6 is my average. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Strange. Oh well, it's cool. That's okay. I wove to it, and now I have a +1 to my claws and my unarmed attack. It's all good. I'm happy. I'm meaner.
There's nothing scrolled off, so yeah, I don't.
Like I said, we'll play with it later on. It's not that important at the moment.
No. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. I do have a quick question. So,
Sure.
on down strike, since I did pick that up, if I'm reading it rightly, it says it would technically replace my strength bonus on my damage on the damage, right? Is that basically what it does?
Yes.
When I use this? Okay. So I would replace the rank I have in this, the step I have in this, I guess, right? With my strength. Which it already adds my strength to it, so I guess it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, there is a way, and I'm not exactly sure how to do this, to automatically link your downstrike talent to your damage in that way, but yes, for now you can manually
basically
do
it just when I roll the damage, I just add, if I'm using downstrike, just add the add
your
my rank
downstrike ranks
to it. Okay, that's fine because it already adds my strength anyways. Okay, cool, not a problem. I can do that. It's only an extra 2 ranks, but still, that's all I can do at the moment. It'll be awesome once I get that boosted. I will be very mean.
All right. Any other bookkeeping?
I think we're okay, right? Anything else?
Yeah, right. Forgot. Did we need any Keliuses or Kelias or whatever?
Yeah, healing stuff.
I think you guys
I know
have a lot of healing.
Hack wanted a Kelia on him at all times.
We've got 7. You guys each take 1 and put in your inventory.
Okay.
Oh, let me fix that.
Good.
I will put that down.
So if you guys got each one of those written down in your inventory, I'm going to go ahead and mark off 3 on my sheet.
What, the healing stuff?
Yeah, Kelia's antidote.
Oh, I think I already have it in my inventory. But
Mm-hmm.
that's the poison thing, right?
Yes.
Oh, you already do?
I think maybe I didn't. Hold on.
Yeah, I think you got extras last
I did.
time after you came back.
Oh, you guys are okay.
Yeah. I put one in my inventory. I was like, hey, I think I did. I just labeled it as an antidote because I wouldn't want to confuse my
Okay.
brain
Let's take a 10-minute break. I need
before
to
we
use the
go run off.
restroom, and yeah, before we actually disembark the town.
Cool.
I'm gonna go get some more tea.
All right, we are back. So you have purchased some research, gotten your armor fixed, getting ready to head back. The laneway is much like you remember, except there's a few more dead falsemen laying just in the middle of the laneway. And through careful examination and poking, you realize that they are not just pretending to lay in wait. They are, in fact, destroyed or inanimate at the moment.
Okay.
Oh, the area we went through before?
Yes. The stone men that you had fought before don't seem to be there anymore. So the site of your encounter with the false men is no longer shows any remains. It's been a week.
Somebody came and cleaned it up.
Yep.
Parlainth janitors.
Yep, the janitors. They relit all the candles. Just waiting for you. And then you start to see the barricade, the fortress, up ahead.
Cool.
All right. Well, let's make our way. You know, let's,
All right.
don't want to.
Making your way, you get. While it's still up ahead in the distance, it's not too much. But when you get to about 50 yards away, it seems to look a little different. There is bodies hanging over the top. What is that though? Crenellations, I guess. Blood dripping down the side of the wall.
Oh,
Yeah, I figured that might happen.
well. Okay.
The janitors came through. Well,
Somebody.
let's take a nice, good look around to see if whatever killed them is still here, or if they're cadavermen now.
Yeah. Can we kind of. Is this blood very fresh? Like the body's still warm, sort of effect?
It is a bit more brownish than reddish.
Okay.
Alright, let's see here. So you guys are down towards the bottom. And for sake of ease, there are two bodies visible, kind of up on the top, hanging over.
Well. I guess we don't have to pay anything.
Yeah, provided that there's not a nest in here we've got to clear out now.
I can sneak in and check.
That sounds like a good idea. And yeah, if the sneaking doesn't go so well, just scream in a really terrifying way, and we'll come in and try to help you.
Okay.
Let's all go in. No need to be that, like, you know.
Can hardly hear you.
Really? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hey, sorry. I forgot to take my mic off. Yeah, let's just go in. Everybody, let's just all go in.
Okay. No sneaking in necessary.
Sure. Yes, we can do that.
We're going to go the old-fashioned way.
All right.
Charge!
You go the old-fashioned way.
More like walk.
Getting through the opening, inside there is crude steps that I will do a brief kind of on the inside here that start about there. Oh, I guess they start a little further up. These doors on the left and right are at the top level. So it kind of goes up here and then hits a landing about there. And that's when the access to the top is. So the floor itself is... there's a cutout there, pretty much. And then meets here.
Okay.
Okay.
So the gray hash marks are hash line, diagonal line is the upper floor. This little bit is open to make room for the steps as it comes up. So you can peek up a little bit from there. And then everything else is at the bottom. The two doors are at the top there. Other than the steps going here, it is pretty much wide open. There's not much in here. There are some old, not old I guess, but useless to you guys weapons. Pole arms, old dwarf swords kind of piled up in a corner over here. Just things that have been scavenged and looted,
Right.
and if anybody needed a weapon while they were out here. Nothing as good as what you guys already have. There are a few suits of leather armor just kind of piled up in the other corner here. And some old rations that seems like they've been kind of gone through and tossed around.
Clearly someone else has looted this place already.
Yeah, or something, yeah.
Yeah. Any more bodies or just the two up top?
None down here. And then this is pretty much solid wall on to the left and right. So
Yeah, I'll fly up to check it out myself.
yes, at the top there's still a couple more bodies. They look like they have been, I believe this is with a sword. Yes. Cut. Dismembered.
Oh. Well.
Besides the two that are hanging over the edge, there are 3 more bodies. 2 on this side, 1 over here.
Somebody didn't really like them at all. They chopped them all up.
We tell like
Probably.
what might have killed them. Is he like chopped apart by an axe or by claws and teeth?
Oh.
We will hold
Lost
on.
his
The mic has stopped working.
Okay, GM doesn't need a mic. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Heck's not interested enough to find out.
Test.
There you go. Yep.
Here.
I bumped something and it just went dead. So somebody really, what?
We were checking to see how, like, what might have killed them. If we could, is there something we can investigate on that one?
Does anybody have evidence analysis?
Oh,
If only Belden were here.
Yeah.
why would we have such a thing? Can I tell just from like I don't know.
An
Can I?
awareness roll with enough successes might be able to tell much. I mean, you know that they've been cut. It looks like clean slices, probably sword.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's a. Yeah, I mean, maybe someone just got pissed off at the fee.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah. We can probably tell just by were they looted like for their coins?
No.
Oh, really?
Mm,
That's interesting. You would think they would
Yeah.
take their coins.
Yeah, we should go. I don't like being here.
Should we take their coins? Of course we should, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. How many coins do they got?
They have between pouches on the two that are slumped. There's several scattered on the floor, well, on the ground level from these guys that perhaps their purses were cut while they were sliced. And then there's a small coffer sitting on the side to where maybe they were collecting what they collected from the people as they passed through. So all
Cool.
told, in a pouch you have probably 100 or so, and in the coffer there's several pounds. It will take time to count.
I will write several pounds of silver.
Yeah, we'll just grab that. Okay, so maybe it wasn't that.
There is a loud kind of sound of metallic armor approaching from the other side of the wall.
No. Okay.
From the not the side we came from.
No, the
other side.
the way, the way we're going.
All right, from
Look
deeper in
over-
Parlainth.
Yeah, I'll
Alright,
pop
let's
my I'll fly up and pop my head up.
Just look over into the laneway. Yeah.
What you see is something in a suit of black plate armor, covered with several slender blades. The helmet itself has a bear-like shape to it. There is an open faceplate, and you see just two glowing bits of purple where eyes might be.
Oh, not a person.
And it
I mean,
seems
maybe
to be
he's just
approaching.
using one of those frightened talents or something. We work with a guy who peels his face off. I feel like we should be a little more careful.
True.
I'm
If he-
gonna go down on the inside of that side of the wall. I'm going to start putting down a couple of life circles of one.
Okay. You have, based on the rate that it's walking, let's see its movement, you have, it looks like, by the time you get down there, over there, 3 rounds before it'll be at that doorway.
Okay, put down 2 and then get out of the way.
I'll just keep an eye out on it up from up top. Be ready to fly down.
Seems to be walking directly with a purpose.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Oh, I guess Maxim should move himself up.
Oh yeah. Where am I?
And Flal, I don't know where you want to be.
Yeah, this is good. And burst in if got problems.
Yeah.
Oh, you need initiative?
Not yet, hold on. I think I need to refresh my table. It is loading so slow. I guess it doesn't have a picture token, just an Earthdawn token. Alright, so 2 life circles. At the end of the second life circle, that is where it's at. So now everybody should be able to roll initiative.
I think I'll just roll regular initiative for this one.
No damage, full recoveries.
Since I'm just kind of waiting for him anyways.
Is
Yep.
the font on the buttons like grayer now?
They're purple for me.
I mean, it looks like it's harder for me to
Oh.
read, which means like less bold.
Yeah, no, there's
Yeah.
definitely like on the plates and stuff that come up. It definitely looks
Yeah.
like gray, and I get like on the results, I get gray on purple.
Yeah, I can't read it barely.
Some of them.
My eyesight too bad.
Oh, you're having problems reading it?
Yeah, my eyesight ain't what it used to be.
Hey, look, it's Maxim getting more than a 1.
It exploded.
It did.
Alright, I think it's set as an NPC before I roll initiative. Alright, so Flaw, you go first.
What level is that door on the far side? Is that ground level?
Yes, the north and south doors are ground level, the east and west doors are at the top. So like 20 feet high.
And then there's the staircase that goes down to them, right? Okay.
The stairs go up starting from here. So at this point, it is above the doorway.
Oh, I see. I gotcha. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Alright,
I think I'm gonna start making my way up the top, actually.
wait for this thing to hit the life circles, and then I'm going to charge it.
Is each square 2 yards? Oh, not sure.
Yes.
How tall is the ceiling down below?
20 feet.
Okay.
So I think that means I can get to
Do I need to make the squares darker?
4 yards. Okay.
there on the stairs.
There we go. There's the life circle.
The circle of life.
So that's it for me. Ooh, that is helpful, actually.
If it's too dark, I can lower the opacity a little, I think. Alright, hit next. That will probably trigger it.
Okay. Spell casting. Oh, Modification 0. $38. I should have put targets back on for spellcasting. Sorry. Challenge.
That
Did I
gets
get it?
past its spell casting. I mean, it's Mystic
You mean it's
Defense.
Mystic Defense? Yeah. Okay. It's rebuffed, and I'll do the damage in a second here. Okay. So, of course, modifications. Wrong one. 27 mystic damage.
Okay.
That was a good roll.
Nice job on the first time. On the first one.
Oof.
Yeah. Just like old times. Horror that's probably way too powerful for us being kept at bay by a couple light circles.
It's a construct of some kind, probably. You know that pain spell I used on the scorpion before? It puts the cadaverman into an instant frenzy.
Alright. It is rebuffed. Kinsey, you are up.
Okay. Okay. I want to fly down on its head, but it means it's going to probably swing at me, won't
Probably. I would.
it?
Oh, come on, raise your hand. Who else would?
But you
Not a
know,
difficult decision.
yeah, because I can put myself like here, though, right? But then he wouldn't like go into the circle, right? That would be the problem, right?
I have to check something real quick.
And if I move afterwards, it's a it's a negative or something, right? If I do like a attack and move again.
Yes, if you move, attack, and move, you're harried.
I'm considered harried. Okay, that's right. That's fine. I'll take the risk. Let's see how hard this guy hits. Because I want to try to down strike him and fly it down on top of his head. Let's see. We'll go. We'll end up there. All right. Let's see. Let's see how this goes.
Excuse me.
Wow. Not good at all if I'm going to miss.
Not good at all.
Okay, well, then I will use acrobatic defense because I don't want to get hit by this guy. Wow. Okay. That's not. I'm not rolling good. This is going to end very, very badly for me. Okay. All right. That's what happens when I take a risk, right?
Yep. All right, Maxim, you're up.
So anyway, that's what happened to the Windling. All right. Let's see. So it can reach Kinsey without moving into the circles, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, so much for that plan. All right. I am going to do the wheeling attack. Run around behind it, be very fast, and then stab it. I'll go ahead and use a Desperate Blow Charm on the attack.
Does that split your movement?
Yes, but it ignores the harried penalty. If there wasn't someone in melee, then what I would do after this is jump on top of the barrier.
Reduce one of your extra successes.
Okay. Should I just subtract 2 from the final result here, or should I reroll that?
Yeah, that'll work.
Alright.
Adjust the damage, okay.
I'll mark off my charms.
Yeah, get knocked down.
I like Desperate Blow Charms.
Let me see if it does this right. It does not. Okay, hold on.
And I'll go ahead and activate my fortification.
Alright, it does not get knocked down.
Oh, very sad.
And I have to figure out how to add karma to knockdown rolls. Okay, that might do it. Alright, Hack, you're up.
Okay. I'll hit her with a Spirit Dart. No extra threads. No threads needed. I'll cast. Right. You're by 6. Whoa. I miss. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm gonna... Oops. I'm in draw mode.
This guy's annoying.
Yeah, I think I'll stay here.
Alright, reinitiative.
Oh, sad. Well, I still beat him by 1. That's fine.
That's still one success.
Yes.
All right, Kinsey, you're up.
All right, so I get a +2 for doing that. Let's see if that helps a little bit. Wow, I cannot hit this guy.
I recommend Desperate Blow Charms.
Yeah, but I will back up because let's take a step back.
All right.
and I'll fly up to the ceiling in case
Okay.
maybe we can lure him in. We'll see.
I could have backed up. Oh, well.
Actually, wait. Can I see? Wait, can I actually get out back up the stairs? I can, can't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll pop out on the ceiling above, like there, but on the outside,
Okay.
above him. So, in case I can use my down strike again.
It turns, and there is no expression because there's just 2 glowing purple dots.
That's right.
But it is going to swing at Maxim.
You got this, Maxim.
I haven't been attacked in so long.
It's hitting.
All right, I'll try to make it not. So 31 beats attack roll.
Yep.
All right.
Not hitting.
All right. Also, this should be.
Second attack. It's hitting again.
Damn.
Avoid blow would be a 23.
Yeah, I'll go for it. Oh,
All right, you fail.
I guess we get to see what kind of damage he does now.
Let's see. It has 1 extra success, so it is going to spend that extra success to reduce your wound threshold by 3
Ooh.
just for this attack or in
for
general?
this attack.
Okay.
Flesh rend. It sounds funny.
What a nice guy. Okay, let me see. With the reduction to my wound threshold, that is a wound.
Wow, you got
Okay.
wounded.
That hasn't happened in a very long time.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. It can do something else.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, see what the difficulty is for it. Social defense, okay.
Some kind of battle shout ability.
Is he doing something special?
No.
Okay.
It seems to exhilarate in actually causing pain. Harvest energy, it gains a point of karma.
Oh. Oh. You're getting karma off of you.
Oh,
Rude.
each success restores a point. It gets 2 points of karma.
It's kind of brutal. Yeah, we have to take this thing down. If I can hit the thing.
All right, Flaw, you're up.
Okay. I can continue going up and out off to the roof area. So I think I can get here. And do you think can I see him from where I am?
No.
Doesn't look like it. Yeah.
You
Right,
gotta be
then
at
that's
the
it.
edge. Okay. Hack, you are up. If you don't act, you can move more. But Hack, you're up.
Well, I guess we know what tore into these guys.
Yeah.
I think you're muted, but
Yeah, if you said anything, not hearing you.
Yeah, I muted. Sorry. I attacked it with Spirit Dart and
All
did a
right.
little bit of damage, apparently.
Yeah, it did a little bit. Okay. Maxim, you're up.
All right. Well, this thing is annoying and it hurts, so I'm going to again circle around it and I'm going to stab it again. Go ahead and desperate blow. I'm gonna try to save some karma today. And desperate
Okay.
blow.
One of those successes is gone.
All right.
For reasons. Let's see the other one. Okay.
All right.
So
So
you
I
got
get one extra success.
One extra success, and I don't know if it figures out what is your damage step because it has hardened armor as well. So you should only be getting +1 damage per extra success,
I
and it should figure it by itself, but I don't know if it does.
oh, you can't see it on your end either.
No, I can see the total step rolled, but I don't know how much of that is actual damage and how much of that comes from extra successes type of thing.
yeah. Okay.
It just gives me the total step plus karma plus the spell effect, things like that.
Wait,
Okay.
does it reduce like your damage by a step? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, normally
Oh.
extra successes give you +2 damage steps.
Oh, I see what you're
Against
saying.
this guy, you only get +1.
Okay. Well, I think if I just roll from my sheet instead of from this thing, then I can just figure out the damage from that, and then we'll know it's not including the extra thing.
Okay, so in that case, you can add.
I get one. I get one extra for my extra success. All right, and I'm using another Desperate Blow charm. And I'll use 3 karma on the damage. Only 33 damage. Wow, that is terrible.
Oh yeah, it's 3 1s in it. Oh, but
Well, I
takes
am
the
going to
wound.
Takes another wound.
And then I'm going to have Zinta just... This thing is... You said it was like 20 feet tall?
The wall is, yes.
Yes. All right, I'm just going to jump on top.
Maybe
Yes, I
we'll
have a
have them
cat
come
with,
inside.
I have a cat with Great Leap 10. If it wants to walk through those life circles, it can do that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about just letting it walk through the light circle and again.
Give me a roll. You may roll low.
Let's soften it up.
Yeah, burn my karma.
True. You don't have as much as I do.
So yeah, roll Great Leap. You gotta get 7.
Creatures don't roll Great Leap.
Oh, they don't?
They just do it. Yep.
No.
They just do it.
They just
Yeah,
do it.
it's just the number that.
Oh, I see. It's like a range, and if as long as it's within that range,
okay.
they can do it. Got
just do it. Yeah.
All right, it is initiative again. Let me roll it.
Oh, geez, he got 25. Yeah. I think I'll just roll regular initiative this time. Ooh, I got a 1.
I got a 0.
It doesn't have Great Leap of its own.
Oh, does it leap?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, that would be very awkward.
It looks at the circle and then starts to retreat.
Well, that's a coward for you.
And it seems to go off the map a little bit further, goes behind like a bit of stone debris, and then ducks or something.
It's just gonna wait over there for us. That's fair.
So it breaks line of sight.
Well, that's just... I mean, it could have at least stood there and waited for us to come back down. I mean, geez, how rude is that?
Such an inconsiderate horror construct.
Yes. They're not allowed to be that smart.
If it's got harvest energy, that means it's a minor horror, not a construct, I think. Right?
You're the ones that disengage.
Or two constructs. Yeah. Alright, well.
Are they supposed to have survival instincts?
All right, so we know like where it is, right? It just broke line of sight.
It broke line of sight. It got behind like a bit of fallen wall or something that was about a yard and a half tall, and then seemed to duck out of sight.
All right. Well, I mean, I could just fucking charge it.
You good?
It's within my
Yep,
movement
you could.
range. If I were to charge it, would people like to come with me?
I can just jump on
I
the
mean-
back. It's fine.
It'll take us a
everyone-
minute to get there.
Everyone jump on the back of. It's fine. Just bring everybody over.
How tall is that? Is that second floor? 20 feet. Is
20
that what we
feet.
said?
Yeah, the top of the wall is 20 feet, so this floor is 20 feet. This central structure sticks up an additional 10 feet. So this part from ground to ceiling or roof is 30 feet, and these are 20 feet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hmm.
So Hack is up next.
Hack will move out. I keep forgetting Hack to move.
I know, and they don't make it easy to see on the player sheets.
Should be 12.
Move is
Right.
12.
Yeah,
It's just
12.
right.
So 6 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a cast life circle.
just
The life circles are getting closer.
Okay.
in case he wants to charge at you, right?
Yeah. Flaw.
Since he's gone away, let's try this. I don't think we've done this yet. I was just gonna glide, sort of, right on top of him, but
Oh yeah, you can fly.
yeah.
You're gonna do my move, but no, not
But
not
then he
enough
ran
time.
away. Well, but the thing is that I can actually glide distance as well. So, where is that skill?
I think every 2 yards horizontal, you lose a yard in height.
Something like that. Yeah. So, well, here's a question: what happens when he? So that would every 2 yards losing 1 yard, and how does my movement fit in as far as like the limits?
The maximum.
I don't actually know how this works with things like wind catcher or
Because-
anything like that. Because obviously you can fall faster than you can walk, but I assume like your movement rate is probably going to be like the horizontal limit.
No,
And then
the test is the maximum horizontal motion. The talent allows you to move up or down without affecting that movement. 1 yard for every 2. So that's voluntary. At the end of the 5, though, I believe that's you get to the ground.
Now it's for wind catcher, right?
No, gliding stride.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, gliding stride, the result is the maximum distance you can move horizontally.
Oh, okay. Because I had switched it over to the gliding skill after the after we had and sent something about Josh had answered my question on the podcast.
Yeah, I think I gave you the skill that you can increase.
Okay.
But yeah, gliding, you use your movement to glide instead of walk or run, but the test is the maximum within
distance.
your movement.
Okay, cool.
So you dropped
Right.
quicker than you planned, I guess.
Yes, I guess so.
You just got to practice it more. It's fine. We understand.
Yeah.
It takes a while.
You cannot
so
go
that'll put me-
higher than your gliding stride rank times 2. Okay, that's if you glide upward, you can't go higher than whatever
Right,
your
yeah.
rank times 2 is.
So I guess that puts me
3 squares? We'll round up.
Yeah, you should have told me you could do that. I could. I'll help you next time. We'll practice.
I guess like what's that, like here-ish, something like that.
Yeah. That works. Give me an awareness or perception roll. It's going to be a high difficulty because you're dropping quick, but you might see something.
Of course, I'm kind of screwed myself because I declared I tail attack because I was going to actually try to attack 3 times, and of course, -2 on everything. That's why it's.
Oh, I was curious about the tail.
So yeah, no.
Okay. Kinsey with a 1.
I'm just gonna stay up in the air and just fly straight across until I can see if I can spot him hiding wherever he's hiding.
Okay. When you
think I can get-
how far are you going?
I guess until I see him or my maximum movement, whichever one I hit first.
Okay. At about there.
Okay.
You see that there is in fact a hole in the ground behind that piece of wall, and he is not there, so he's presumably in the hole.
Ah, he went down a hole. What a coward!
I'm good to do it.
I wanted to like rip his armor off of him. And stuff.
Yeah, it looks like there are layered tiers of something down there, either wall or stacked things, and you see movement and you hear movement.
Ooh, there's other things down there too. Want to go down?
No.
Oh. Okay. I guess we could just continue on our way then.
Yeah, I guess we could.
I'll keep an eye on the back and make sure they don't sneak up on us and stuff.
That would be appreciated.
Yeah, I think we just continue. I mean, if we're not going to go chase him down there, it sounds like there's a few extras down there.
All right.
Or ran into opposition.
You just put a circle right on top of the entrance. Just for fun. Have fun with that one, guys.
Okay. So immediately, what are you? Oh, let's Maxim. What are you doing?
I'm gonna hop down and join them, and I presume like chat with Kinsey about what if we just leave?
Yeah. Let's go. I think we're good. We don't have to deal with these guys if they're too cowardly to fight. Yell into the hole as loud as I can.
You get a little closer to the hole.
No, she's not getting that close to the hole. She's smarter than that. She's just yelling from here as much as she can.
Okay.
She's just loud enough that hopefully something can hear her.
Yes, something can hear you, and something yells back. Everybody give me perception or awareness.
Oh.
Because it's kind of other noises, so you might not be able to understand what it's saying.
12. Okay.
Okay, Kinsey, you're the only one that actually understands something, multiple voices, and over the din you hear something about we're coming.
Oh, they said they're coming. I don't know what that means, but maybe we should back up again a little bit. As she flies backward a little bit. She's like,
You could,
I don't know what they means, but it sounds like lots of them are coming. Or should we just run?
I mean, I know I can outrun whatever comes out here, so I'm fine waiting to see what's coming. But
I wonder. I wish that Roll20 would let you add to the map in a direction that you wanted.
Yeah. That's kind of like you almost have.
If I
You
add
almost
to the
have to
map, it's
make
going to
the
go
map-
right and down.
Yeah, you'd have to make the map bigger and then basically pick up the entire thing and then drag the whole thing down.
Yeah.
Which I've
Yeah,
had to do before.
Yeah, the only one I've seen that actually lets it grow sort of as you go is Schmeppy.
I've never heard of that.
Are we still doing this turn by turn, or are we gonna?
No, you guys. Well, turn by turn, yes, but not in order. So you guys can do something. For
We're
one action here.
basically discussing should we run or should we?
Let's move. Let's keep moving further down the laneway, and
Okay.
every time I move, I'll stop and I'll cast a life circle.
Oh, okay.
Sure. That works.
We'll have
Every 6.
an array of light circles on the way.
It'll be every 12 yards.
Let me see if I can do this.
While we're doing that, I'm just gonna move some blood around. Don't worry about it.
You should take like we could get in a circle and then you could take put 5 around us and then it'll protect so that nothing can get through to us and we'll just stand there. Come on, guys.
Again,
yeah.
it
No.
burns my karma, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Casting the circles is free, but repelling them, I have to make a spell casting test.
I
right?
gotcha.
And if I want to keep them out, I'm going to burn karma
Karma to do it.
to keep
Yeah.
them out, right?
Makes
Like
sense.
that big guy, I spent 4 karma to do that 37 points of damage.
Oh my goodness. That yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
2
we
on
don't
the
want to do
2 on the
that.
spell cast, 2 on the damage. So, I mean, I don't mind sacking them up a bunch
Right.
and like using the base number to try to repel like cadavermen per se. That'd be easy. But like the big guy, it's gonna cost me to keep him out.
Yeah, and we don't know what he's bringing with him this time. So. Oh wait, I hope it's not like the ant things. That would be bad, right?
The ant things? Well, my circle won't work on them. I don't think. Yeah, it won't work on them.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So if we get a bunch of those, we probably have to run away. Is that what you're telling me? Or can we handle a few?
We could probably fight. We could probably kill it if it hadn't left.
Yeah, we probably could because we're put 2 wounds on it.
If he hadn't disengaged, we probably could have kept it there and took it down.
Yeah, it was smarter than we thought. I thought it was going to charge to that circle again, but apparently not.
Yeah, I don't blame it at all. Yeah.
I can't.
The circle hurt it.
I can't figure out what layer this is on.
Oh, is that a token layer?
I don't know. It's not showing up on token layer. It's not highlighting on GM layer, and it's
It's
not
just there.
on map layer.
Fine, no problem. But
Oh, there it goes. Maybe.
Find it.
Okay.
Should we shift ourselves back down? Well, we're moving forward anyways, but
Yeah, but you don't have a whole lot of time.
yeah. So the question is, with us moving forward, him putting a circle, moving forward, him putting a circle, how far will we go before they come out?
You will actually be rather close to them by the time they come out.
Oh, okay. So we get like one extra circle.
Depends on how quick I can react to them.
I think at about there.
Jeez. If this is going to be a tough fight, we might just go back to town after this.
That was the wall.
Is that the wall where the hole is?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then here. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because she saw the hole and then backed up a little
That
bit.
is
so
the
probably
hole.
put her there. Okay. Let's see what pops out of the hole.
All right. So you guys move forward, cast a circle.
Yeah, so I guess probably here-ish, I would imagine. Well, I don't. Yeah, how actually it'd probably just be based on how far Hack can move. So Hack, move yourself and put your circle.
Okay.
Because this is the hole that they're going to be popping out of. We know that.
Ah. Things are clicking in my way. Hold on.
I moved myself.
1, 2, 3. Okay. And then switching over to draw again.
And I'll be kind of flying above him a little bit and over to the side. Just kind of keeping an eye on the hole.
That's not good. Apparently, the turn order window pops up over the
You should be able.
tooltip.
You should be able to move the turn order window.
I did.
Pick it up.
There we go. Okay. So it'll be up there.
Okay.
Yeah, it shows up on top of the tooltips for the bar. So in other words, if I'm like trying to select ellipses, right, the turn order was over it. And I couldn't. There we go.
Oh, our maximum flaw on top of each other. I was so confused. I was like, "Where's maximum?"
Oh,
Okay.
yep. We're
Oh,
based inside one another.
I was like, oh, "Wait, are we missing a token?"
Nice. There's my character. Yeah, my character sheet's now like almost invisible to me when minimized. That grayed out font. Do we need to roll initiative?
Hold on. My table is working. Did it finish? Yes, okay.
Oh, you were removing your wound, weren't you? I just saw that. That's what your blood share was.
I was removing my damage and then reimplanting all of my
Oh, yeah.
my,
That's
my
right.
blood charms.
Mm-hmm.
Poke them back in.
Thank you for giving me a chance to reuse those during the same fight.
I've got a mount with a 60 unconsciousness threshold, and I've got blood share, and I've got all these blood charms, and so it all works out.
Yeah.
Granted, I still had 3 more I hadn't used yet, but
That's fine. Now you can use, an extra
I
one.
could throw all 6 at him.
All right.
Yeah, I'm up to 42 total karma.
Yes, roll initiative.
I think I'll just do regular initiative again since they're not out yet. Let's see how many we got. As they start pouring out of the hole, we're like, oh, it's like an army of cadaver men. It'll be great.
All right. All right. So first, one pops up. And I don't think they can move too far, so he is going to... How high up is Kinsey?
She was probably still the same, like 20
Okay.
feet up, I guess. Or
So he is going to run towards the circle, get to the circle.
Okay. This is not going to be good, I don't think. Let's see if I got out. There we go. It's not a suit of armor, is it?
No, it's Cadaverman.
Success by 5.
I found friends.
so this jerk is just gonna throw cadavermen at us. I see.
Is there like a
That's
button for
right.
just rolling damage? I think I remember there was, right?
For some things you can add it. I'm not sure for spells. Oh, you can in the upper right-hand corner of combat.
Yeah, right? That's
I
so.
think there's a damage target, and then you select what kind of damage. You pick your target.
I'm not sure which button that is.
Let me see if I'm gonna look on Maxims real quick and find it. If my page loads. I need to go through Roll20 and delete stuff from old games that we're no longer doing. Especially stuff that I can upload again later. My table is slow.
Yeah, I think I can just like click Life Force 1 and then do damage.
But yeah, on the combat tab, on the right hand side, there is a damage target.
Oh, it's rebuffed and it took a wound. I think I picked the right one, Joe. I'm not sure. Cadaverman 3.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, combat tab, in the weapons and attacks, there's a damage target. And when you click it, you type in the damage, the type, and then It should ask for the target, but it didn't. Oh, it did. It's just was hidden. Alright, so Cadaverman 3 didn't take any. Oh, it did.
Took a wound. It's frenzied,
Alright.
and it was rebuffed.
Alright, Kinsey, you're up.
Okay. Well, now I get to downstrike him. And I'm going to put myself right there in front of him, which means I'm in the circle. And just jerk Cadaverman, whatever. Where's my thing?
These guys are so easy to wound.
Yes, these aren't wearing armor.
Yep. First rule of Fight Club: don't hit him. Get out.
Okay.
They're just asking for it.
Okay. It's got a downstrike button here on the thing.
Oh, add it. Click
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that should automatically add that to it.
Cool.
No, that didn't.
No, it's not doing it right.
You still, I think if you click that, you end up having
Apply
to
damage. Yeah,
add
no.
all
Yeah,
the
that's-
other stuff as modifiers.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to do the claw shape then.
Yeah, roll your claw shape, add.
2 for my rank in the thing. Okay.
Yeah, get the karma back that it added for
I will,
the.
yeah. I will. All right, and he has to make a knockdown.
He is knocked down.
That's
and
right.
angry.
Oh, he's probably angry. Yep. That's okay. Someone will kill him before he does anything bad, I hope.
All right, Flaw, you're up.
All right.
Oh, I can do the the acrobatic defense with him, right?
Yes, you can do acrobatic defense. You pick one target?
Yep. So all it requires.
No, I mean, are you going to pick him? Do you pick at your target, or is it against
It
everybody?
has to be someone within melee range.
Oh,
so.
Okay.
Well, moved up into the
circle?
There we go.
the circle.
Okay. Alright, Cadaverman 4 is going to run up, and I don't think he gets rebuffed.
Nope. Circle only stops the first one.
And he is going to claw at Kinsey.
Which now I have, let's see, 2 extra successes. So 3. So that's +6. Do I have to put it? I think I have to, I temporarily add that to my defense.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that real quick. Physical defense, 6. There we go. All right, I'm all set.
He fails. Alright, Cadaverman 2 comes running out, and he'll go after Flaw. And fail. Cadaverman 5 runs up right up the middle, goes after Hack.
No hack.
Okay.
He's going to succeed. If you
I'll
have a
probably
void
avoid
blow,
that.
your target is 11.
Okay. Combat tab. 11. I succeed.
All right. Hack, you are up.
I put another light circle down.
Okay.
I just need a spell casting of 6. So.
All right, Cadaver Man.
Just layer the life circles.
Cadaver Man 2 runs up and tries to attack Kinsey.
It possibly is rebuffed. Oh, wait. Let me use my other button for that. Spellcasting. And then I said it was this one here. The modification. No karma. Oh, I did the one on the left.
You got
I can
4.
move him if it does.
I think the thing would be the same though, right? So just gotta be careful of the damage, I guess.
It's asking me the extra successes, and I got 0 extra successes. That doesn't make sense to me.
Oh.
So, let me just use Will Force. There we go. Takes a wound.
Nice. Great. I got 2 angry ones.
I think I applied the damage to the right one this time, though, Joe.
Yeah, you applied it right,
Okay.
and it does not get knocked down.
That's fine. I got 2
does get
angry
knocked down.
ones. It'll be fine. I got this.
That is rebuffed.
All right, Maxim, you're up.
There's 2 angry ones, Maxim.
I'm going to circle around the back and stab one of the angry ones. And then I'm going to circle back in. I'm literally gonna run circles around them until they're all dead. This is perfect.
All right. It's the end of the round. It's after time. Do we want to stop here?
I'm good.
I'm
Yep.
good until the big guy comes out again. At which point, then we should probably pause.
I already called in sick to work tomorrow, so I can go a lot longer.
So that leaves Jesse.
I've got an early day tomorrow, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
No,
fine.
you're fine. Don't feel bad about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're all a bunch of losers without anything to do, so it's fine. It's fine. you know.
Let's do initiative.
You want to go ahead and do initiative?
Oops, hold on. I need to push the right button. All right.
One of them got a 22.
It's the enraged one.
Is it? Is it everyone got a 22? I hope
Yep.
not.
Oh,
Aw.
it did, but that means it's gonna just hit the life circle and then not do anything.
Oh, true. Okay, cool. Let's Cobra Strike him and see if I can actually pull this off. Oh, I did. Nice.
3 successes.
This is going to be great.
Oh, that hurts. Air dance for 7. Was that 5 more?
Yes, that is 5 more.
I mean, we can kind of just kill these things all day. I
They
don't have to
couldn't
take
come
strength
out
to do
all
this,
at once.
Oh, look. Oh, there's a whole bunch more out there.
But, I mean, we get enough life circles, and this isn't a problem. However, do we
That's
really
the
want to
problem.
kill every cadaverman in Parlainth?
Yes, that's what we will be doing. Come on, guys. We're like the next another group will just show up and just see the cadaver men just in a giant pool around everything. It'll be great.
There's just 40 life circles, and in the center, cadaver on all sides.
It'll be amazing. What are you talking about?
I mean, this is amazing. However,
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
my only problem is just we have to conserve our karma for the guy a little bit, but
I don't have to spend karma to one-hit kill these things.
yeah, I'm trying not to do too much on the karma. I just want to make sure I kill the angry one before he gets,
Yeah, Hack doesn't have to spend anything to drop these life circles.
And with
goes through on
Cadaverman,
the
he doesn't
damage,
have
though.
to. Yeah.
He doesn't have to, but he goes through it on the damage.
Yeah.
If
For the will
I'm
force,
not,
yeah.
I'm not spending damage right now a lot. I will force I'm just a point of strain each time, but not for Cadaverman. The big guy I'll spend it on the damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So initiative roll. There's the note on the table.
Okay. Yay.
Let's go with. Let me find the sheet.
Want to do legend points next time?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, because we haven't finished the fight, so might as well just add it all together.
Yep.
And are we good for the next time?
I am.
I should be. I
Was
don't
it
know
the
for sure,
18th?
but I should be the 18th. Yes.
Okay, so as far as you're aware right now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, as far as
We'll
I'm
take it as
aware, the next convention that I know about is August. I don't.
So nothing
know
in
what
July
else,
that
so-
you're worried about?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, cool.
Things
I
can come
may
up
not
and
be
surprise me
available then.
on the 18th.
Yeah, I think we might be going out of town. It's Father's Day and Juneteenth.
It is.
Wait, is that Father's Day?
Yeah, 18th is Father's Day,
Wow.
I should still be.
and then
good.
there's Juneteenth. So probably
Yeah.
taking some time out there.
I know my birthday is later that week, but I should still be here.
Okay.
So we shall see. We may
And
have others show up or not. I don't know.
Okay.
And I hope Owen feels better on his cold. You just look so sad.
Yeah, I'm actually fine. It's just I'll just cough for 2 days and I'll be fine.
I don't know. I've watched enough anime to know that you're on the verge of death.
Yeah.
This is definitely tuberculosis. I've got right here,
All right.
It's
Well, that's
fine.
cool.
Somebody
Gonna-
just cursed you. It's fine. It's just a curse. It's
Yeah.
fine. You'll be fine.
All right, gonna end the stream. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We
Bye.
should be back in 2 weeks, perhaps.